Good evening, you lovely lot. How you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as Mags. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How are you all? There's quite a few of you in chat already. First one here was Gozzo. Good evening, Gozzo. Hope you're well, buddy. Great to see you. Flame, hello. Moonbeard says, I'm here. All right, fella. Good to see you. Danker, good evening. How you doing? There's some people I'm deliberately skipping, and I'll explain why in a minute. Jesse, evening, you lovely lot. Hello, Jesse. Just got your messages, so I've just replied. So I'll sort that out for you after stream. No worries. Hope you had a good dinner, because I know you were out with Jenny. It's Jenny Sparkle. Hope she's well as well. So having dinner with friends. No worries. You're very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. Now, a couple of things. We will talk about this a little bit more during the show, but we are raising money for our friends at British Red Cross. We are doing a Mag's Quest for Kindness. We have managed to raise over £125 already over the last week or so. And every time we hit £100, we are giving away prizes. iQuail was the lucky winner of a £10 Steam voucher. We're going to give away a piece of Mag merch if we hit £200. If you would like to donate, there's a link in the chat that Jesse has just put. Please do click on that, and whether it's £1, £2, whatever you can afford, we greatly appreciate it. Your name will then go on a will, and every time we hit £100, you're potentially going to win a prize. We are going to give away some tickets to Timeless. We're going to give away some Timeless merch. We've even got some really cool tech gear to give away if we reach £500, which will be amazing. So please dig deep. We'll talk a little bit more about the charity a little bit later on. Will, good evening. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Now, the other announcement that we've got to make tonight is, unfortunately, my co-host that knows the most, Dave, is unwell. And he did message me this morning. Bless him. He's got the sniffles. He's got the colds. He's got the coughs. He's got the man flu. So, unfortunately, he didn't want to be on stream because he'd just be like all the way through the stream. And he didn't want to do that. So, Dave, you're probably not watching this, but get well soon. However, when these things happen, there is a gentleman that I can call on, especially at this short notice, who always steps in. Good evening, iQuail. Great to see you. And here's another. There you go. Get well soon, Dave. There you go. No, it's not the other Dave, funnily enough, but it is a Dave, just to confuse things even more. But there is another gentleman that I do bring in from time to time who basically saves my bacon and is also another fountain of gaming knowledge. So please give it up for the standing co-host that knows the most. It's Tunesy. Hello.
Good evening, all. How you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for doing this, mate. This is great to have you back.
You are more than welcome, I say. It's always a pleasure to be here.
So good to have you, my friend. So good to have you. How you been? What you been up to?
Good. I mean, unfortunately, as with lots of people, sometimes life gets in the way of gaming, which kind of sucks. But yeah, tell me about it. I mean, I'm hoping for that Euro Millions lottery win tonight. So yeah, fingers crossed. But no, things are good. Ticking over as ever. Been doing a bit on my music, which is also keeping me busy.
Nice.
So yeah, and still trying to get a bit of gaming time in as and when I can.
Awesome. Can I ask for the bit of time in game, bit of gaming time? There you go. Easy for me to say. Bit of gaming time that you do get. What have you been playing recently?
So, I mean, the first one, and it's still all your fault. I am still hooked on Call of Dragons.
Oh, are you? You're still playing that? Do you realise that's going to be coming up to 2 years in the summer since we played that?
Yeah, I know. Every single day I've literally logged into that game. And but I have been playing the newest 2 Point Studios release, the museum.
Got to get it because we talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely adore this, people.
Yeah.
If you haven't got it, please do get it. It's great.
It's such a good game.
Yeah, it's really, really good, and it deserves all the. I think it got an 8.5 out of 10 on our show. Literally, 2 weeks ago? Might have been 3 weeks ago. As time flies, but yeah, really good game.
Well deserved. Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. So again, thank you for standing in. For those who don't know, Tunes has been pretty much here since the beginning, pretty around about the same time as well as Jesse as well, really. You guys have been, watching and following. So my apologies for that you've been watching for nearly 4 years. You know, can't have it all, can you? But there you go. Icos says, sorry, Tunes, you can't win the Euro Minis tonight. I already called dibs.
Damn it.
So close. So close. There you go. Now, we are going to bring in our guest tonight. This gentleman I first met at TwitchCon last June. It seems only like it was a couple of months ago, but then when you think about it, it just seems so far away. And we met him on a couple of occasions because we have a mutual friend as well, who's known as Bit Hawkwood, who is actually also known as Dan, who's the guy that does all the fundraising for British Red Cross that I've talked about and mentioned. And he was doing a panel at TwitchCon, but we actually met a little bit before that. And we were just having a general chat about TwitchCon and stuff because it's my first time there and stuff. And then there was like this little treasure hunt thing that you had to do where you had to go and either do tasks or go up to booths and get QR codes or passwords. And we got to the second day and we'd sat and watched a panel together. And then what was funny is we got near the end of the second day. I was like, oh, I'm about 4 or 5 short. And he just went, here's all the passwords. And I was like, really? And he went, yep. How much you want? So I was like, thank you very much. I went, doop, 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 doop. Went and got my free merch. So I'm forever indebted to this man just for that, because even though it was like a keychain thing, it was a free keychain. You can't knock it. So he is a wonderful Twitch streamer with over 3K followers. Please welcome the wonderful Ghostly Tuna.
Hello.
How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. How are you getting on?
Yeah, very well. It's so good to have you here and great to see you again, because I've not seen you since June last year, which is insane.
I mean, like you said, it's been like nearly like it's been like 9 months, and it feels like it's just been like nothing, like no time at all has happened. Like it's bizarre.
I know.
Just time has collapsed. It's not even a real concept. Like it's
it's mad. Jesse says #beard envy. It's good.
Yeah, I've got to say, beard is on point.
It is bang on point. It's beautiful. Beautiful beard. Danka just saying, bit of breaking news. Game Informer is back. 100% an independent magazine, both digitally and physically. Ooh. Well, it's always good to get gaming magazines back because we've had so many we've lost over the years. So it's nice to have one back. So, yeah, by all means, if you want to check that in our Discord, we'd like to find out more about that. Thank you, Danka. But for those who are not familiar, could we get a shout out for Ghostly Tuna, by the way? And his channel, please. We greatly appreciate it. Do go check him out. Do give him a follow right now. For anyone who's not familiar with you, please do tell us about the sort of stuff you do on your channel.
So basically, I'm a big roguelike nerd. That's basically my bread and butter. But the other thing I do, I make apps and tools for live streamers. So like a lot of the time, I'm actually building stuff live, like just like basically getting chat just to help to be like and basically to break stuff as I'm building it, which is like really quite a fun experience. So yeah, I got so like last year at TwitchCon I got spotted
Yes.
for someone was describing something I made back to me, and I'm like, that's me. That's I mean, it was just like in shock, and then I gave him a sticker, and he was like terrified. So and yeah, just lots of roguelikes, lots of indie games. That's kind of what I spend my time with, and then in the coding minds. That's
yeah.
Those are my 2 domains. There
you go.
Yeah.
Moonbeard says, "What a fine bearded nerd." Indeed, very impressive. From one beard to another, there you see. Yeah. Do you guys know each other? Because I wondered whether you met me.
I know Moonbeard. I've known him because I reconnected with him after I think it was an event that you were both at, and I'm like, I know that beard. I know. I was like, why do I know that beard?
Yeah.
It's just like small world situation where it's gonna be quite I might be seeing him this weekend actually.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you guys reconnected because I know they go back 6+ years. That's amazing. I think because obviously there was quite a few events after we met, so there would have been Knott's Video Games Expo that Moonbeard and Moonchild were at. Well, I was also at. Then obviously Timeless, and then I'm guessing there was a couple of the Manchester Twitch meets that we've run, which we had Kirsty at, who I know you know. She was at the one at Christmas, Crater North, yeah. Crater North. Was it Crater North then?
I think it must have, because it was just a random post I saw.
Yes.
On Twitter, I think, and I was like, hold on, I know that chin.
Yeah, that was September, wasn't it? So it was that. It was because I was going to say it was either that, or then it would have been Format, and that would have been the last one for the year. So, yeah, so Crater North. It was up in. Was that Sheffield? I'm trying to remember where that was now. It's that many events, I forget where it is. I think it was Sheffield. I think that's where I was. Not that I was drunk or anything, but I still can't remember where I was. You know, I'm getting old. I can't remember you were sat next to me at that panel. That's how bad my memory is.
This is why you just have to make really good connections with people, because then they just fill in the gaps. Like they just draw in the timeline of like just things that you've done.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I did do that, and then you just have to play it off cool.
Yeah, I don't do that because I'm so shit at it. I just go, oh yeah, I forgot that. So I'm bad at it. Yes, it was Sheffield. There you go. Jenny, good evening. Hello, how are you doing? How was your dinner with Jesse? Which is really cool. Hope you had a good time. See, friends reconnecting again. Great. Just there. Brilliant. So please do give a follow. Can we get another shout out for the wonderful Ghostly Tuna right now? Please do go follow. He's an absolute gent. And I really, well, I'm so glad to, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Very, very welcome. And I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing you at more events, and yeah, so bump into, and then I'll actually remember, you know.
Just leaving it. I need at least a bigger impression. Maybe I just need to like go in like full, like paint the beard up. Maybe like.
No, I just need to be less stupid. That's what's going to solve the problem. There you go. Right, gentlemen, should we crack on with tonight's show?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so here we go. I think this is right. It's our 209th show, ladies and gentlemen, with our guest Ghostly Tuna and Tunesy standing in for Dave. Get well soon, Dave. We are talking about certain games like MLB The Show 2025, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and we've got all the latest gaming news from the last week or so. We're going to be talking how the PS5 has sold compared to the Xbox Series X, which is quite interesting. And the fact that a God of War TV show has been announced, which is quite funny because we were talking about God of War 20th anniversary on last week's show. So all that and more, but we're going to get cracking with our first game tonight. And it is obviously the sports game that comes around every year, as do many other sports games. We had WWE 2K25 on last week's show. We had the PGA Tour Golf, which is not every year, but most years. So now is the time of baseball. This came out Tuesday last week. This is on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and on Nintendo Switch as well. Let's have a look at the trailer for MLB The Show 25.
Game time. We all know Ellie, Gunnar, and Paul's road to the show, but what about yours? The amateur years are just the stepping stone, and your journey to the big leagues. Game time. Take control of choices that matter.
Now the third baseman, Derek Martin.
Level up your game.
That one way back, and it's gone.
And become a legend, because your road to the show starts now.
And the Reds are World Series champions.
There you go. Also, Gozzo mentioned earlier before we did the intros, he said only about a week to go before the next Nintendo Direct where they unveil the next Switch. So depending on when that lands, we'll either talk about that on next week's show or the week after. So I'm excited to see what they unveil for that. So yes, that's next week. Should be good fun. So baseball game. Obviously, this used to be a PlayStation exclusive until a couple of years ago, and then it came over to Xbox, and then about 2 years ago landed on Nintendo Switch for the first time. So now we're pretty much getting on all platforms. Tunesy, tell us a little bit more about this. Is it just a case of another sports game, or is it one of these that maybe we should pick up?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the show's been around since, I think it was something like 2006. The first one came out. So it's been around a long time, typical kind of management game by San Diego studio. And it's one where I've seen it. I've never actually played it. To be fair, the only game I've actually played from San Diego Studio was the Little Big Planet karting game. But no, it's one where it's if you like the management, the team building kind of games, then it seems this is definitely one for you. If it's more the getting in and the swing and miss type of games, then maybe not so much.
Okay, all right. Tuna, are you a fan of baseball or your general sports games? Is this up your? I'm guessing this might not be your kind of thing.
No, it's really not. Unless like all the players can like die and get reborn somehow with like better stats or the things they've learned before. Like this is just it's not in my wheelhouse. But I do find it straight, like, because obviously as like digital marketplaces have kind of come out, like these games actually have been released here, but like baseball games, because I can only imagine in recent years that that's actually a thing over like outside of like, I guess, US territories, maybe Japanese territories. Like that's kind of where it is.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, it seems to have a very niche market, but then obviously it's grown considerably. But I don't think baseball is that big over here. I know more and more people like American football over here now. But yeah, it's one of them. But this, I think the general consensus is this is more the same in some respects. It has got some story modes in it that carry on, but they felt that the story mode was not as good as the previous 2 years because they introduced it in 2023. But there's other things they've added which actually has made the game better. And generally, as overall, they're kind of saying, if you bought last year's, is it worth getting this year's? And the general consensus is actually, yes, it is, which is what we had with last week's wrestling game, where they said they've made that many improvements to it, it's worth the purchase, where you get things like, well, it's not even FIFA anymore, but FC, where FC 25 did not do well because they were like, it's the same shit as 24. So sometimes it does do well, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, maybe that helped people guess their scores. And I can see scores popping in chat as well. So for those who aren't familiar with the show or have not watched the show yet, and iQuell said, is it on Game Pass this year? Well, they've just taken 2024. It's coming off Game Pass at the end of the month. But there's a good sign that it will join because all of those end up on PS Plus and Game Pass, but maybe not for a couple of months yet. So you might see it closer to Christmas. That's what tends to happen with those. So it probably will be. Dave, good evening. How are you? Another Dave. Buckets of fun, indeed. Buckets of fun, indeed. So if you've not seen the show before, we don't technically review the scores. I scour the internet on lots of different sites, whether it be IGN, Metacritic, GameSpot, Eurogamer, GamerRanks, to name a few. Get a ton of scores, meld them all together to get an average score. So it might not be the most accurate score, but it's an average score across all platforms. And you may agree with it, you may not. But if you guess it correctly, and you can have halves and whole numbers from 0 to 10, if you guess it correctly, you will get a shout out in the chat. And not only is chat going to guess it, but my guest this week and my guest co-host will also guess as well. So let's see what chat's saying. Danka's saying an 8.5. As well as Gozzo. We know them two closely, keep an eye on things. And last week they had a good run, but I'm not going to deliberately try and catch them out, but I'm going to see if I can slip them up this week, because last week I failed to do that. So I'm going to see if I can get them. Big Jesse says 3. Not interested, so 3 for him. Flame says a 7. Tunesy Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
So I actually called up one of my friends this afternoon who is a big baseball fan because I know he's got this game. And I was asking him for his thoughts literally against last year's one. And he was saying the same thing, that there were quite some really good improvements. And even since release, or like with some of the fixes that have come out on it. Yeah. And I said, what would you say? And he was like, it's a solid 8, maybe even an 8.5. So I'm gonna follow his lead and go with an 8. Okay,
going for an 8. iQuail said, I think this normally gets high scores stateside, so I'm thinking high, maybe an 8.5. Matt, good evening, Matt. Good to see you. It's a 7.5. Jenny saying a 6.5. Tuna, what do you reckon to this?
I mean, people that are reviewing these are typically going to be fans to some degree, or at least have the experience with it. So if the vibes are good, I think I'd probably lean closer to like 8.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if 9 is like, can sports games get that high? That have they always just been on average just about an 8.5, and when they have rolled good, or has there ever been a 9.5? terms of...
I'm trying to think of any sports games that got like. I mean, the most recent sports games we've done have got really good reviews. WWE 2K25 got a good review. I'm just going back through my script. PGA Tour 2K25 got good reviews. So from the last couple of weeks, they've been getting good reviews, but I can't remember any 9s off the top of my head.
And that's why I'm like, let's go 8.5. I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think just to be different as well. Just to.
Okay. All right. So we've got an 8 from Tunesy, 8.5 from Tuna. Last chance, folks, in chat. If you want to have a guess, this is MLB The Show, which came out last Tuesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. And if there are no more guesses in the chat, I can tell you Tony Hawk's games used to get 9s. If you count those, I'd count those. That's fine. Sports games. There you go. We'll have to see what the remaster in July gets when that comes out. Dave Johnson says 7.5. He just snuck that in there. But I can tell you this did do rather well. And one of you two got it right. And it was Tuna that got it right because he got 8.5 out of 10. There you go. There you go. Oh, Big Jesse, yes. Formula 1 2023 got a 9 or 9+. Yeah, because they introduced that new story mode and it was excellent. It was really good. That was nearly in my top 10 games of the year. So there you go. So a big shout out for Ghostly Tuna. Congratulations. That's your first one right. Tunesy, very close. So close on that one.
No cigar on this one.
No, you never know. You never know on the next one. Also, congratulations, and we'll get shout outs in the chat. Gozzo, well done. You got an 8.5. Danker, well done. You got an 8.5. iQuail, well done as well. Again, please do give these wonderful people a follow as well. Dave is congratulating himself and gave himself a shout out because he was a whole point off. So well done. Well done for not getting it correct. Well done. Well done to you, sir. Yes. You lavish in that moment because I'm just going to literally strip that away from you. So there you go. Yay. He's like, yay. There you go. Let's move on to some gaming news. Now, this is kind of come out of nowhere in some respects. And obviously last week we talked about the 20th anniversary of God of War and the fact that they were bringing out the special edition vinyl, the special stuff that you can get on the free DLCs, the special edition of the game that you can get and all the artwork, the gallery in America that you could go see, all the stuff. But this kind of falls hand in hand, and this is purely coincidence. So Amazon have announced that they have already greenlit 2 seasons for a God of War series. Now, it's not even started filming yet, but there is a showrunner who was interviewed for it. His name is Ronald D. Moore. He is known for doing the most recent Battlestar Galactica shows, as well as on Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and basically stated that they are pretty much ready to go and hopefully get it moving. So we might not see it in the next year, but maybe into 2026, late into 2027. Hopefully we'll see it. And Amazon are doing quite well at the moment with some of their shows. Obviously, Halo got mixed feelings. I know that was on there. Now Netflix have got it and they're trying to keep it going. But obviously, they had the Fallout TV series, which has already been greenlit and they're filming the 2nd season. And they had the Secret Level thing that came out just before Christmas, which was like 14 episodes of shorts based on different games. And that's already been greenlit for 2nd series. So the question is, are we excited for a God of War TV show? And will it be successful? Oh, Halo was on Paramount. My apologies. And now it's gone to Netflix. My apologies. I got that wrong then. Never watched it because I don't like Halo. So, but someone said I should watch it. I probably would like it.
No. I'm gonna be angel on your shoulder, but like just don't. Like it's like a weird fan fiction. It's really bizarre. It's bizarre that it's got made. Like it's bonkers.
Oh, I will stay away from that. There you go. Dave Johnson says Halo 5 playthrough with Mag coming soon. That is true. That is happening because that's something that we've agreed to do. Gozzo says God of War fan here. I am ready for it. Hopefully with good actors in there. I mean, we've got no idea who's gonna be there at all. Sophie, good evening. Hello. How you doing, lovely? Good to see you. I'm excited for a God of War. I mean, if they do what they did with Fallout, Secret Level, I have mixed feelings about. I enjoyed half of the episodes, and I thought the other half, I'll be honest, were just shit. But I think people had different feelings depending on what game franchises you like with that. But Fallout was excellent. So if it's on the standards of Fallout, I think this could be great. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
So I mean, this was originally announced back in like 2022 or something like that. It's been knocking around for a while, and like the rumors come and go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's one where, I mean, there's been so many names like pinged about at the moment, and someone even did a fan concept art of Jason Momoa as but as like the title character. But yeah, I mean, I am always up for watching them because I'll give anything a go and see what I think. But yeah, it's one I will definitely be tuning into.
Yeah, tuning. Your thoughts?
I mean, like Last of Us as well was like a really good adaptation, which it kept it very close. Well, it was like 95%, I think, of what obviously is squished down in some timeline bits, but it was mostly together. And then I'm curious if they'll go, obviously, the more modern recent games timeline of just, and then arc back to just blood and fury.
Yeah.
And because that would be the best, like for TV, that would be the best way to deal with it, because you just have the bits and because otherwise it's just going to be 10 episodes of just Kratos murdering everyone.
Yeah.
That's not, like, well, that'd be fun. That isn't.
I think you've got a good point. The whole thing and the thing with his son and building that up, but then using flashbacks to see what he's done. I think that could work really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like for TV, that kind of episodic, because you could just do Monster of the Week and he's just killing a god every week. But
that'll get old fast though.
And also that's just not what God of War is now. If that's what it was, that was just low polygon boobs and then lots of blood. Like is now like Dad of Boy, not God of War. So it's just that would be probably what they probably adapt. That would be my guess.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't just be just the Blade nightclub scene. Just
just that.
Just that with more Greeks, I guess.
More headless Greeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, when it's still, as I said, they've not even started filming it. Hopefully we'll find out who's going to be casting it. As someone said, I hope they get some good actors in for it. So do I. It'd be interesting to see who they get for that. But it should be fantastic. I'm excited for it, to be honest. Batch Gaming, evening mags, everyone. Evening Batch, great to have you here. So yeah, fingers crossed. God of War TV show. Hope it's a good one. So there you go. Let's move on to our next game this evening. This also came out last week on the Tuesday, but this is only out on PC. Let's have a look at a trailer for this one. This is called Reignbreaker.
Should never have come here, Clef. Who's a good boy?
Chaos will reign, and it will be your doing.
There you go. That is Reignbreaker. I can immediately go, I know that Tuna is going to be his bag for this. I know this is, but before we speak to him and his thoughts on this game, Tunesy, give us a little bit more of information on this one, because a lot of people saying, oh, very Hades, very sort of roguelike style. So I'm guessing that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, so it's exactly like you said. I mean, when I saw it, my first thoughts were, oh, it looks a bit like Hades. But it's a roguelike game where you play Clef, who was the Queen's strongest soldier, and then he's moved over to the Resistance, and just trying to seek revenge. But it's one where unfortunately the studio that has made it has closed. This was their last release.
Oh no.
So yeah, Studio Fizbin, sort of under what was it? Thunderful Games, because even they had layoffs last year. So it's one where unfortunately it's not going to turn into a series or anything, because it's a one and done. But but no, as a standard kind of resistance fighting against the Imperial in that way. But absolutely one that I'm sure Tuna is going to be a much bigger fan of than myself.
Right, go on then, Tuna. I think you've you know quite a bit about this one.
Well, I basically did a bit of research this afternoon. I've not managed to actually play it, but I mean, it's ticking all the boxes. Like it's just roguelike. The art's great. It's got a cool aesthetic that's obviously quite striking. But yeah, it's sad to hear that the company's collapsed just as it's come out. Like there's like surely, I mean, it's wild. Like that's a real disappointment. But yeah, I guess the money ran out.
It's funny because we were playing a couple of indie games, a selection of indie games last night that are due to come out, and Thunderful were publishing one of the games that we played last night. And also as Batch says, no support afterwards is a real shame. I know, because it means like anything that they might have planned afterwards. But then you go, Dave says, I guarantee that I am going to get it right. He wants to get the scores right. He wants to get this right. But absolutely. I hate when I hear things like this. There was going back quite a few years ago, there was a detective game that I really liked. Murder Sole Suspect, where you played a cop that died, and it literally came out, and it was a really good game, and they closed, and they never managed to get the DLCs out. And I really enjoyed that game, and I only played that on Xbox 360. I also played that on Xbox One because they brought it out on both. So I was like, good. My fiance has played it. I will just claim I did and shout myself out, and Mag can't stop me. Yes, but the mods can turn you out, Dave. Folks, what do we reckon? We've got some scores already. Danker said the 7.5 for this one. Batch saying 8. Gozzo going for 7.5. Jesse saying 8.5. Dave saying 8. Flame saying 8. Oh, so we're all kind of like, there you go. He says, I mean, I can't though. Editor level. Yes, but I could take that off you, couldn't I? I could be an absolute bastard if I wanted to be. Tuna, we'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I mean, it's kind of rough because obviously knowing that the company's already gone, like, was that just because the buzz wasn't there? Like, or is that because like maybe the end product just didn't resonate? But then also we're in a market of, like, I guess, saturation with Hades clones as well. Like a bit of like, it's just, like, it doesn't sell itself too unique to like a wider market. But I guess in terms of reviews, like, I'm gonna rate it a bit lower. Okay. Just as maybe a more safer bet, like a 7.5.
Okay, cool. Going for 7.5.
Yeah, it's not as resonated as much.
No, I get that. It's funny. Last night, the game we were playing was a sequel to a game that everyone loved, but they've turned it into a roguelike thing, and everyone was just like, this is just like Hades, and it's getting a very mixed reaction, which was Lost in Random, The Eternal Dice. Lost in Random was a fantastic game, but I know we were watching it last night. Some people were loving it in chat. Some people weren't, because they were like, they've ruined this game because it wasn't a roguelike Hades clone, which is what is now. Is what it is. So I do agree. The market is a bit saturated, but I do kind of like these games. So this is kind of up my street. Tunesy, what would you give this?
So I mean, roguelikes aren't sort of my go-to genre, but I do like the look of it. And to be fair, I'm inclined to agree with Tuna. I'd go for a sort of a 7.5.
Okay, awesome. Jenny coming in with an 8 out of 10 for this one. Folks, get your scores in. If you haven't already, you can get a shout out in chat if you get it correctly. This is Reignbreaker, which came out Tuesday last week on PC. And if there are no more scores, Let's see. Oh, iQuail snuck in there with an 8 just before I pressed the button. Well done. I can tell you that this got 7.5 out of 10 on average. Yeah, so bang on. Big shout out to Tuna. He's 2 for 2, which is awesome. Tunesy, nice one. You got yours right. Let's see who else got this right. Dave will shout himself out even if he was like 50 off. So we'll just ignore him. Gozzo got it right. Well done. And Dankus, they are 2 for 2 as well. So it's between the 3 of you at the moment. So here we go. Well done, everyone. That is awesome. There you go. Hey, look. See, he's a good sport. Even if he's trying to cheat, he's a good sport because Dave says he did say, "Well done, everyone." See, he's a good sport. There you go. GG's. There you go. And he shouted himself out. There you go. Told you would. So there you go. Now, I mentioned this earlier. It is official. Yes, there's chaos, Dave. There is chaos. Oh, he got another shout out. There you go. Double shout out. Because he got 2 wrong. Double shout out. Maybe this is how we change the show. You know, new for 2027. Who knew? So it's official. PlayStation 5 has now sold more units than PlayStation 4. So it is officially outsold. It has outsold the PlayStation 4 by 7%. Okay, so not a huge gap, but the PS5 and the Xbox Series S, X and S have been out 52 months, can you believe? 52 months they've been out. And it's taken PlayStation 5 this amount of time to officially get 7% sales. Now, what's interesting is Xbox Series X and S, bear in mind there's 2 consoles. How well do you think that's done? Do you think it's sold better than the Xbox One or lower than the Xbox One?
I mean, I can just talk for like my personal situation. I've not bought any of the current gen consoles, and I was deep in the Xbox source. I was way in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Choosing.
yeah, well, I know the answer, so I can't.
Oh,
really
okay. Oh, that's right. So some people are saying lower, some are saying better. It's actually sold worse than the Xbox One. Both combined, the Series X and Series S, which are 2 different consoles, have sold 19% less than the Xbox One, which also sold less than the Xbox 360 because Xbox 360 has still the best-selling Xbox console. Now, obviously, we talked about last week that Xbox are announcing plans for a new Xbox console and an Xbox handheld. Dave kind of stated that, you know, they're not doing a mid-gen refresh because they are concentrating on their PC market and Game Pass and game sales. Obviously, we got the new Indiana Jones landing. It came to Xbox Game Pass first. It's coming to PlayStation next month on the 17th. Forza Horizon 5 lands. There's been other games they ported over. So they're kind of concentrating on things. But it does make you wonder, because I actually think the Xbox Series X is a better console compared to the Xbox One. But it's interesting, and it does make me wonder whether the Xbox One caused that damage because of the whole thing with you have to get it with a Kinect, and it will always be on and always be watching you. And then they retreaded on their statements and went, yeah, we're not doing that because everyone's getting pissed at us. And I don't think they've ever recovered from that in some respects. It's a funny one.
And also, I do think that part of it is, like you mentioned, because they've got Game Pass and they've got the PC market. It's like people are just upgrading their PCs or buying new PCs rather than they go, okay, I can get a PC so I can play all the new Xbox Series stuff and I can do other stuff. So I do think that has also had an impact. Yeah. But also the although the PS5 is outsold, the PS5 Pro is selling less than the PS4 Pro in the US at the moment.
Yeah, which is bizarre. But I mean, it's still only been it's not even been 6 months yet, has it?
No.
So we'll see how that does. It would be interesting to see how it goes. Within the same amount of time. Batch said, have you forgotten the conferences where it kept going TV or sports? Oh, God, don't remind me that. Oh, what do you want to buy an Xbox for? To watch TV? No. I bought it to play bloody games. I didn't care about stuff like that. I don't bring that. You're giving me nightmares, Batch. Don't bring that back on.
I mean, just on the initial like Xbox One release, the best thing that they made was with that snapping mechanic. I don't even remember, but the one that you get for pizza delivery was perfect because it would do each of the steps and it would tell you, and it was like perfect. This is exactly you have designed a product for the target market. I want to know where my pizza is, and I still want to play video games at the same time, and I don't want to have to move my head. Like that's perfect. Yeah. Like that's no notes.
I did like that, and then they removed it after a while, which was just like, God damn it! There you go. I used to look at my Twitter feed while playing games. Yeah. There you go. Saves me doing it on my phone. It's fantastic. There you go. Oh, well. But there you go. So, yeah, PS5 is selling very, very well and will probably continue to do so for the very near future. So we shall see. Let's move on to our next game. This one, as we said last week, there was a lot riding on this. Ubisoft have not had the greatest run recently, and I think they're hoping for a home win on this. Obviously, you may have seen me play this on day release. This came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and on Apple phones, believe it or not. You can actually play this on Apple phones. And this is going to be the trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Dartful, I will answer your question after this trailer. Here we go.
Rated 18+.
Nobukatsu and his men spare no one.
A soldier shoots a man in the head.
We have ways to banish such darkness.
Nawe ascends a rooftop and dashes ahead. She flips, lands on another rooftop, and slashes a man with her sword.
The path of the warrior is like a boundless river.
Nawe and her father train on a bridge
that begins as a stream.
Nawe performs a leap of faith off a cliff.
One warrior stands upon the battlefield.
Yasuke fights with several men,
while another lives in the darkness.
Nawe throws a grappling hook onto a rooftop and climbs up.
Driven by vengeance.
I have a debt to settle.
Bound by blood.
We will be unstoppable.
Adapt to every condition.
Nawe swings from a tree branch on a rope. Yasuke plunges his sword through a man and lifts him into the air.
And let your blade be an extension of your spirit.
Yasuke draws a bow and fires an arrow, striking a man.
Remember, justice is forged.
Nawe backflips into the air.
In the shadows.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, available now.
Going for reviewers' scores, please, Batch. Going for reviewers' scores. That's what we kind of base it on, rather than user scores. Because what's interesting with this is, obviously it came out on Thursday. Without giving anything away, it came out on Thursday, but a lot of people were playing it earlier on. But then I recently saw over the weekend, a lot of people trying to bring it down with certain videos of stuff that's gone wrong, but then some of the footage that they've sent isn't technically valid because it was filmed before the actual official release and the patches. So there's been a few people just trying to basically chip away at Ubisoft anyway. I do feel Ubisoft needs a win. I thoroughly enjoyed this when we played this on Thursday. We will be playing more of it tomorrow night. So that will be the stream tomorrow, and there's more drops for it as well. So there's some brand new drops that last week was one set of drops. This is a new set of drops for this week. So by all means, if you want to see it, watch it tomorrow. But my first impressions, beautiful looking game. It feels like an Assassin's Creed game. It's better than that entry they did recently, Mirage, which was a bit of a weird one, I'll be honest. But it doesn't feel like it's been drawn out like Valhalla was, which just went on for bloody ages. I know this is quite an extensive game because it's a 40-hour game, but it doesn't seem to be suffering from the same tropes that a lot of Ubisoft games do have. So at the moment, my opinion of it is I'm enjoying it, and I hope to enjoy the rest of it. So we'll see how it goes. Tunesy, you want to give us a little bit more information about this one?
Yep. So it's it's the 14th in the series, and it sort of follows on from Mirage, where it's and with a kind of dual main character like a shinobi and a samurai, where they're sort of trying to eliminate members of a deadly organization. And I did see what it was called, but it's one where I'm not going to try and embarrass myself by trying to pronounce it. But yeah, it's one, as you mentioned, it's like a 40-hour game. The only thing that I literally played it for about an hour, and the things that I found is that with the quests and stuff, it seems like Nelway is just better suited to all of the ones that I've done so far.
Interesting.
So rather than sort of it being evenly split, because it's got the different game types or the play types, it just seems like she's really like a good all-rounder.
I've found she's great for stealth and doing stuff and getting from places. She's terrible at combat, but then again, there is like a form of skill tree, whereas the other guy is just great for combat, but I guess that's it. And it'd be difficult for me to tell at the moment because you spend a bit of time with him for the first couple of hours and then you spend a lot of time with her. So at the moment, the story's been very heavy on her, but I know it all split up. So it's difficult for me to comment on that. But yeah, if that's what you're finding, that's interesting to see that that's the case. Tuna, your thoughts? You Assassin's Creed fan?
I used to be. I mean, I think I've not played an Assassin's Creed game since it had that problem with all the faces disappearing. That was,
Unity.
It was like Unity, yeah. where it was just where everyone was just like, "Oh, I'm just eyes now in France." Yes. Whatever. I mean, that was the style at the time. Apparently, this is a recreation of that time. Just no one had skin on the face.
That's what French people look like. Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah, it's just what they look like. Okay, I mean, thanks Ubisoft, thanks for teaching me something. And I mean, yeah, it looked good, but I think I kind of bounced off like that kind of series because it was just very similar. And I'm guessing the changes of going up a big tower, speaking to a bird, and then jumping off of it. I'm guessing that's a trope that has kind of haunted those games.
Yeah.
To a point where it's like you're guaranteed to it, and then you open up the map and you're like, here's a billion things that I might have to care about.
Yeah, they've changed that, which is good.
Oh, really?
But I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
But I guess, yeah, like to go back onto your Ubisoft point, like they've been they've moved out the way of several releases to like make sure that they have the best window for this. And even like I know of the fact it's sold well, but their stock price hasn't shifted. So we'll see. I'm not as mad, but that's not ideal. I think. I don't know. I'm not that kind of scientist.
No, we'll see. We're going to talk about sort of how many players the game has had, but we haven't got any significant, or at the time of writing the show, I didn't have any significant sales figures, but I'm sure we'll talk about that in an upcoming show. Unless they hide the sales figures like they did with Star Wars Outlaws, because that didn't sell well, which is a shame because I thought that game was all right. Wasn't amazing, but it was all right. But yeah, they never unveiled the figures for that. Or they hadn't at the time we were talking about that anyway, which I think was before Christmas. But yeah, it feels like they have done things slightly differently. So yes, you got the trope of going up the tower, scouting the thing. But Ubisoft games are terrible for having, as you say, a map of here's a load of icons and do shit. I don't do that in this one. It's like, here are some things, but if you want to find out what they are or what you want to do, you're going to have to go and explore. So then you've got the choice. And it doesn't populate the map at all, which is interesting. So I think that's a nice little refreshing change because then it makes you curious about, do I want to go there or or what secrets I might found or will I find better gear because there's still an element of an RPG element to it. But I quite like that.
It's more the fact of when you get somewhere and if you find out it's quite disappointing, you're like, I've just wasted that time.
Yeah. That's the thing. That I suppose that is the thing, isn't it? So you've got that gamble of, do you just main quest it, or do you just try and grab every little thing, because it's going to be risk and reward in that respect. So we'll see. Danka says Ubisoft need a streak of successes now to save themselves. They do. We really don't know what's on the cards next. There's rumors about what games are out there, but we don't know what the next big official things is. Let's have a look at some scores. Let's see what people are saying. So when we did our games to look out for in 2025, this was number 2 in our 50 games to look out for. And Dan could guess some scores, and he guessed a 7 predicted score. But he says, however, I think this is probably done better than that now. Jenny is saying a 9. Batch says, if first, I'll go probably with another 8 for this one. Gozzo saying an 8. Flame saying a 7.5. Dave saying a 7.5. But then Gozzo's changed his mind, saying a 7.5. CO, hello, CO. Good to see you. For an 8. Jesse saying a 9. Reprobate Gamer, evening all. We're talking about the new Assassin's Creed game. And Kindred says 8. I'm late to it tonight. No worries. Good to see you, Kindred. Good to see you. iQuail saying 8. Which game are we guessing for? Assassin's Creed Shadows, Reprobate. Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's what we're guessing. Tunes, I'll start with you. What do you reckon for this one?
See, I like some of the improvements they've made, because like you said, it does give it a bit more of an air of mystery. Like, do I do this, and is it going to be worth my time? So I'm going to go for an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. Tuna,
I'm going to go slightly higher. I think they've had the time to fix it. They've refined it a little bit better this time. They know where their pain points are at this point. I mean, like you said, it's the 14th in at this point, and they know they're going for a win. So hopefully the developers have done that to pay and get that payoff. I'm going to say I'm going to go bold. I'm going to go for a 9. I'm going to go for a 9.
Oh, go for a 9. Okay, cool. Reprobate says, let's say 8.5 for variety, because everyone's bouncing. Dave says when they bring out the next edition, which is going to be called Assassin's Creed Buckets, it will get 10 out of 10. I'm sure it will. Those buckets will get that extra score right there. Folks, if you haven't had a guess in chat, please do so now. This is Assassin's Creed Shadows, which came out last Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and on your iOS phones. And if you want to see more of it, I will be playing tomorrow. Oh my God, we are just getting a raid. Let's see if this kicks in. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Ed. How are you? Hope you are well. Thank you so much. Normally I get a little raid thing, but it didn't do the sound, so apologies about that. Welcome on in, everyone. Daxtron, thank you for resubbing. That's 8 months at tier 1 now. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Get these reprobates out of it. Thank you, Odd, Ed, John, Ed, Odd, or Odd, Ed, John, because he's changed his name. His real name's John. Everyone used to call him Ed. Now he's called Odd. So whichever way you like it. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream, buddy. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for that raid. Greatly appreciate it. Wonderful 43 people of you here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we talk about all the latest games, news, and reviews. And we are guessing the review scores for, you call him Steve, do you, Jesse? We are guessing the scores for the new Assassin's Creed game. Sagebert has just raided as well. Flipping heck, a double raid.
Wow, double raid.
Wow, this is insane. Sagebert, thank you so much. Playing Drunk Builder Simulator. Please don't ever build my house if you're drunk. That's insane. Oh my God, Simmons dude coming in with a raid. I can't believe this. This is insane.
They've all got together.
I don't think I've ever had that happen. 3 raids consecutively. See, on that, I can't even say it. I can't say consecutively. Midori NPC, thank you for the follow. Well, why did that ping? And then the raid thing didn't ping. That's weird. I got the follow, but I didn't get anything else. Sober raid. Yes, Daxtron. Sober raid. Thank you. Simmons, Sagebert, Odd Trots. You lot are amazing. That is fantastic. Thank you so much for that raid.
Welcome in, everyone.
Raid. That's never happened to me in my life before. And now it's happened. And we're sitting right at 69 viewers, which is hilarious. 69, dude.
The weed number.
Yes. It's brilliant. I love it. Love it. Back to the scores time, Mac. Yes, sorry. Yes. So we can tell you that Assassin's Creed Shadows. Gozzo's jumping at a bit. He's going, just give me the scores. I want to know if I got it right. I can tell you this has done well, but let's see if it does end up being the financial success that Ubisoft want it to be, because on average it got 8 out of 10. So you go 8 out of 10. So not Game of the Year material, but certainly decent. Certainly decent. So there you go. iQuail, well done. You got it right. Let's see who else got it right. I've got to scroll the way back up now. Oh my God, because of all the raids. Thank you so much, everybody. Greatly appreciate that. Where are we? iQuail, you got it right. Kindred, you got it right. CO, you got it right. Yeah. Who else got it right?
I got it right.
Eh?
I got it right.
Oh, Tunesy got it right. Sorry, it's the raids confuse me. See, I tell you, I forget things. I'm terrible. Can we get a shout out for Tunesy as well? Congratulations, buddy. And ironically, the streak has been broken because hello, Kristen. How you doing? Tuna didn't get it, but then obviously Gozzo changed his score, so he didn't get it. Oh, Batch guessed 8 as well. Please get a shout out for Batch. Sorry, you did. You were the first one to guess. My apologies. But then also, Danker didn't go with a guess because he'd done a pre-guest score back in January. So that also fumbled him because he went for a 7 there. So ironically, that the 3 people that are in the lead, well, actually technically still in the lead, but, you know, there you go. They didn't get that one right. So there you go. Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's worth getting. There you go. Tanker says I was never going to get it. I was never going to get it. I'm surprised it only got an 8. I know. But, you know, we'll see. Whether I think it's better than that, I will let you know in due course as I'm hammering through that game because it looks fantastic. And funny enough, let's talk about some patches that landed and some other information, because obviously the game came out last Thursday and it got its day 1 patch, and it has addressed certain things of controversy, because we know there was a lot of controversy around this game, not only because of the release date, but also the fact that you could go and smash certain shrines and temples that are based on real life shrines and temples in Japan. And obviously the government of Japan were like, we don't want you to do this. Please do not come and destroy our sacred temples and shrines because it's not on, just because you can do it on a game, because they're worried it's going to encourage people. Well, Microsoft on their day 1 patch have stopped you from doing that. So you can't smash those items, and you can't smash things that are like tables and plates and things that are like generic in the game can be smashed, but you cannot destroy. Whereas other buildings and stuff in the game, you can destroy walls and doors and stuff in this one because a lot more things break. They have done that. And I kind of think, so they've taken content out technically, yes, to kind of appease the Japanese government, which I actually think is a good thing, because they were saying about this a long time ago. So in my eyes, I think it's a good thing, but this is one of the questions we're going to ask. But within 24 hours, Assassin's Creed Shadows has had 1 million players playing the game on the day of release. So not before it, but on the day, which was last Thursday, 1 million players. We don't know what that equates into sales, but that is a good start. I'm sure if it does well, we will get the sales figures. But 1 million players is a pretty good start. So I do hope for Ubisoft's sake, this does help turn things around. But I think they're going to need a bit more than this. But do we like the goodwill gesture that Ubisoft did by stopping people trashing temples and things that are actually quite sacred for a lot of people in Japan?
I mean, I think it's that old adage, right? Like, it's like you don't ask for permission, you ask for forgiveness. And that, and I feel like that may have been this situation where they've been a bit pressured to act after the fact. I mean, I did like just go on the numbers. I think I saw an article potentially saying that this has been like the second most popular in that launch window, which obviously, yeah, that is all positive potentially. I mean, I guess it's an endorsement of the game, right? Like that's because or so everyone's just mass refunding it after 10 minutes, and they're just doing that as a hobby, which I'd question. But
yeah, I mean, the fact that the Japanese Prime Minister came out and sort of saying it's culturally insensitive, I don't know. I guess I've probably got an unpopular opinion. It's a game. I mean,
there is
like
that.
it. So for me, there are so many games where you can do things that you shouldn't do in real life. I mean, so there's that point of view. I mean, I get why they've done it, and I get that it was the smart choice to do. I mean, but I mean, take the old game Vendetta, the arcade game, where you would get like some of the enemies would come up and dry hump you. I mean, should we stop that because it's sort of yeah, I mean, I know I'm a dinosaur, but if people can't distinguish between game and real life, they probably shouldn't be playing them. So, yeah, I get why they've done it. I think I'm a bit too old school and outdated for the modern world. And I mean, one good thing, I mean, at least if you attack the monks now, they don't bleed like they did before.
Yes, that's another in the NPCs. So you don't get blood all over the temples and there. Whereas if you go out to other areas, it's, you can't really massive damage the NPCs that are spiritual NPCs there. There you go. Anyway, so good luck. We hope the game does sell well. I think it deserves to sell well. I hope people enjoy it. So fingers crossed to it. Big Jesse says, I think it depends on the type of game. This one, a lot of the point is the history, so I can see it. I get that, because especially when they spent a lot of time with, say, Odyssey and Greece, and they did that whole thing where you can walk around a tour, and it was an extra sort of DLC that you could get free, and it actually taught you stuff. A game that prides itself in a lot of history, you kind of go, yeah, you shouldn't really be destroying stuff that's quite historically, means a lot to the people of Japan. So I'm very sort of, yes, it's a game. I agree. And there has been a lot worse in other games. But also, yeah, in this day and age, you have to be a bit more culturally aware, I think.
No, absolutely.
They said they did seem more worried about not destroying statues, but quite happy with ripping people's throats out. Why not? I've beheaded many people in that game already, and it's great fun. But there you go. Anyway, moving on. We'll move on to our next game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a release that came out on Thursday on Nintendo Switch. And this is Xenoblade Chronicles X, or 10, if you want to call it that. The definitive edition. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Our planet was overwhelmed. Only a small handful managed to escape. But our past caught up with us. We resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves.
Look at us, the chosen few. All those people we left on Earth. They never had a chance.
Just why would these aliens be this determined to destroy us?
After all this time, we finally found a clue that may lead us to the Great One.
Humanity is a blight, festering on the cosmos. Our job is to eradicate it.
We are at war. The hostile alien force known as the Ganglion is marching on New Los Angeles. It is absolutely crucial we repel the coming invasion, no matter what the cost.
I am here to purge the universe of your disease, once and for all.
So, you ready to join up?
What in the hell are we waiting for?
Let's go!
You fools! You are the ones who don't belong here!
Do whatever it takes!
All units open fire!
If we lose this one battle, we
we lose everything. Now, humans, you die!
Disengaging spaces in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What the heck was that?
Get ready.
There you go, folks. That is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which came out last Thursday on Nintendo Switch. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this new edition.
So, yeah, it is a sort of remastered port of the original that came out, sort of just called Xenoblade Chronicles X back in 2020, where, as I mentioned, you are you've left Earth and landed on this planet Mirror, or crash landed, and you've got to, as a member of Blade, you've got to kind of beat the war that's going on between two alien races and bring sort of humanity back from extinction. But one of the things I like about it, sort of, because I've got the early exploration support pack with. So it gives you some money to get things, and you get some nice new weapons. But there are some characters as well that you can use now that weren't available in the original to unlock.
Right.
So, yeah, I it's one I'm looking forward to playing.
Okay, awesome. Tuna, your thoughts on this? This really isn't my kind of game. I'll be totally honest.
Yeah, fair. Like, I have not played a JRPG in many, many moons. Like, I know that the last thing I know about Xenoblade at all was that everyone was Welsh in one of them. Like, all the voice actors were Welsh.
Right, okay.
And it was like really obscure Welsh as well. So it was like there was like friends of mine who were like, "Oh, I can work out what town they're from," like, which is like just like, and I know they've all been like really highly received. And it's strange to see like a remaster. Something that came out 5 years ago, was it? Like,
yeah,
that seems a bit odd, isn't it? In that respect, it doesn't feel like it needs a remaster. It's like doing the last,
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It feels like they did with The Last of Us. Is like, oh yeah, we're going to do the remaster of The Last of Us again. But I don't know. I think for people who missed it the first time, that's great. But 5 years, do you really need it? I don't know. We'll see. This always grinds my gears with this sort of stuff. Folks, get your scores in for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. We've got some scores already. Danka saying a 9. Gozzo saying a 9. Batch saying an 8.5. Dave saying an 8. Reprobate saying 8.5. Tune, I'll start with you this time. What do you reckon?
I'm thinking an 8.5. I think it's got to be somewhere up there, because if they wouldn't remaster it, if it wouldn't have already sold really well, like to some degree. I'm tempted to buy a 9, but I think 8.5 would be a safer hit.
8.5 is a safer bet. Flame is going for a 7. Danky says the remaster on this occasion makes sense as it's highly improved. That's fair. I still think 5 years is a bit of a piss take, but that's my opinion anyway. So there you go.
Could it be that they're just really efficient, and this was like the Switch 2 port, but they've had to then port that back to the Switch 1?
Can you imagine if it is?
Where they're like, oh, we've got this game, we need to ship it. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean that the console's not out? Oh,
yeah.
Ship it to the old one. What do you mean it's already on there?
And then we'll do what PlayStation do, and there'll be a remaster for Switch 2. Yeah, that'll be funny. iQuell says a 9. CO says an 8. Dave keeps changing his score, and he's gone for 7.5. So I always take the last offer, so it's 7.5 for Dave now. Tunesy, what do you reckon?
See, I'm not normally a fan of JRPGs. In fact, I always tended to actively avoid them. But because people have said good things about the original, that's why I'm giving this one a go. And I reckon it is going to be about an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. Folks, last chance. Get your scores in the chat. This is Xenoblade Chronicles X, a definitive edition which came out last Thursday on Nintendo Switch. And if there are no more scores in chat, Dave said you should really behave. It is because it's fucking my chat up trying to read the scores when you keep changing it. But you've gone for an 8.5 now, so we're sticking with that. I can tell you that this got a score that makes this the highest scoring game of the night so far, because this got a 9 out of 10 on average.
Wow.
Yeah. 9 out of 10. So unfortunately, Dave did say 9 earlier, but now said 8.5, so we got it wrong. iQuail, well done. You got it right. Gozzo, congratulations. Danka, back on track, gentlemen. You got it right. Well done. Congratulations for getting that. So if you fancy that game and you haven't already got it, or you're a big fan of the original and you want to play all the new stuff, get it. It's clearly worth it. So there you go. Folks, as I mentioned earlier in the show, we are trying to raise money for a worthwhile cause. I am doing Mag's Quest for Kindness. We are raising money for a mutual friend of ours of Tuna's from the Dan, also known as Bit Hawkwood, who's a Twitch streamer, also helps with the fundraising team of British Red Cross. Exclamation Quest in chat, whether you can donate £1 or a couple of pounds. We want to try and reach £500 in total. We've already reached over £125. Every time we hit £100 target, we will be giving away a prize. We've got some mag merch to give away. We've got some Timeless merch to give away. We've got some technical kit to give away. And we've got a ticket for Timeless to give away. Every time we reach 100, whoever donates, their name goes on the wheel. We spin the wheel. iQuail was our first lucky winner who won a £10 Steam voucher. So congratulations to him when he won that last week. Please donate generously. We would greatly appreciate it. All the money's going to a worthwhile cause. Big Jesse says, what the fuck is Timeless? I don't know. We might have to talk about that a little bit later on. But before that, let's move on to our next game this evening. And I know I'm going to probably pronounce this completely wrong because, yet again, it's one of these games that's got the longest bloody titles for this week's show. Just when you thought Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, and Hawaii wasn't a bigger mouthful, this is Atelier Yumia. I knew I was going to get this wrong. Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories, and the I forgot what it's called.
Envisioned Land.
And the what? The Envisioned Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there in the end. That what Tune said. That one. Here's the trailer for this one.
奴らの行いが錬金術の未来を閉ざすなら私が止めないといけない。これ以上錬金術に罪を重ねさせないためにも。
できると思っているのか。
行こう。
現代の錬金術師というのは実に興味深い。
もう後戻りはできない。私のとっておき。
正しいことって一つじゃないのよ。どうか真相を解き明かして。
頑張りますね。
遅せや。
ありがと
う。腕が鳴るのは
気楽に
任せたぞ。
はい。
And just as that trailer ended, and I love those glasses, by the way, China, absolutely amazing. Tunesy, thank you so much for the donation. Your name goes on the wheel.
You are more than welcome.
For the £24 donation, greatly appreciated. That takes our total. A little round of applause, yes, round of applause, definitely. You probably didn't, because we're playing the trailer. It does do a round of applause when you donate, but because we're playing the trailer, no one would have heard it. But yeah, that brings us up to 150 quid. So we only £50 away before we do our next giveaway. But Tunesy, your name is on that wheel, so thank you so much. Also, Mag has a banner covering the text, so no idea what it said. That's the idea. Oh, looks like a game that all the same types of game, but with different titles. Yes. Stop releasing RPGs with obnoxiously long titles, Japanese developers, and that's coming from this stream's resident RPG guy. There you go. So if Dave's not happy, then a lot of people aren't happy. So yeah, Atelier Yumia. I'm not saying the rest of it because I can't be asked. Tell us a little bit more about this, Tunesy. I'm still loving those glasses.
So yeah, it's an open world RPG where sort of you're seeking to uncover the truth behind the fall of an empire. I mean, I don't know. I look at this and I just see Pal World reskinned, like in terms of the sort of things that you go around doing, like picking up items and synthesizing other things as a result of joining materials together. Yeah, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of cut and paste style games nowadays, and I'm just getting the vibes from this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, not my bag. Tuna.
Yeah, I mean, 2 anime games back to back. I had to put me protective glasses on because if not, it's just gonna hit me. It's just I
burn into your retinas.
Yeah, it's just gonna burn in. It's just gonna burn in that same aesthetic on all of it. It's all gonna look the same. But the some of the digital deluxe upgrades for that game as well was like it's swimsuit season. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's
yeah?
Wait, I was like, oh, it's that kind of game. Got it. Yeah. I think obviously it will do really well in a native market. I don't think it's going to do well.
Yeah, it's again, it falls down. Oh, we had another donation. Now you can hear the round of applause.
Hey.
£1 bucket has donated £1. I wonder who that is. Thank you, Dave, Lord of Buckets. Your name goes on the will. Thank you for the £1. That takes us to £151. Greatly appreciated. Your name is on the will. Good sir. Thank you for that donation. Big Jesse says, Timeless 2026 will be an RPG focused and be called Timeless Gaming Convention 2026, Connectivity and Friendship in a Land of Games and Mystery for Friends and Family in the Lands of the North. I mean, that is easier to say than the title of the game we just talked about. So I think that's quite catchy. I saw an unreasonable round amount of 150 and had to ruin it. That's fine. It's an extra £1. Bex is £49 closer to our next target. Awesome. Thank you again, Dave.
But if Dave was doing it properly, he would have donated £1.01.
Oh God! Don't make him do that. I don't know if you can actually do that on this thing. I don't know. Who knows? There's the link, by the way. So maybe try it. I mean,
give it a go.
It might be £1 minimum. I don't know. I don't know if they think donating a penny is taking a piss. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. To the PayPal, Dave goes. Oh God, here we go. We'll see what happens. Anyway, right, let's have a look. Scores wise. Obviously Jesse said really didn't like the look of this. 1.5 out of 10. Batch says 5.5. Danker said it's a great franchise. He knows about it. 8 out of 10. Gozzo, 8 out of 10. Chat, get your scores in for this. Tunesy, I'll start with you this time for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say there's been quite a few in the series, and it's going to do well, but it's not my cup of tea. So I still think it'll be an 8, but yeah, not for me.
Yeah, go for an 8. Tuna?
I'm going to go a bit lower, maybe 7.5. I think I guess it depends. It would just depend on who reviews it, right? Like, yeah. There'll be some aspects of this. It's like, this is just not for me, but it's just finding the, it's just it's gauging who's reviewing and in different. Yeah.
No, it's, I'll go with that. Me personally, I'd score it lower. Danker says there is a demo. So anyone who is in the chat, is interested to, I mean, this is the thing, because people would think that because this is my show, I pick games that I would want to talk about. But I deliberately try and pick everything that's out and give a wide vary because I know not everyone is also into the games that I like. So this is why it's quite varied. So, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you can't try it. I know there's people, Danker's a big fan of this. So there you go. We have had another donation. Jesse, thank you for the £1.02 donation. There you go. We are now at £152.02. Jesse, your name goes on the will. Thank you so much. There you go. Entered in the draw. And now that means, yes, we're even closer to that target. There you go. Flame is saying an 8. Mr. Johnson is saying 6.5. Kindred is saying an 8 as well. That wasn't you. It says it was you. It's come up as Big Jesse. It says it's you. Does that mean Dave has pretended to be you, Jesse, and tried to blame you the 2 pence on you? Which is quite funny, actually.
Smart thinking, to be fair.
But because it says Big Jesse, it means Jesse's name goes on the wheel to win the prizes. You can put a name in, but it definitely wasn't me. Your name's on there. I mean, you might be a bit fucked off if he does win the Timeless merch. Or can you imagine if he wins the Timeless ticket and he's helping organise it? That's a bit of a pisser, isn't it? But there you go.
That's rigged.
Yeah. Be like, you give it to a friend or something. He says, I'll take it. Anna Apocalypse, hello, how are you? Good to see you, Anna. Hope you're well. Welcome on in. Like, nice little picture of John there as well. Let's try and see if I can make that any bigger. No, it still looks small, but there you go. Little picture of John, who raided us early. Good to see you, Anna. So let's see. This was that game that had a long title. Atelier Yumia, The Alchemist of Memories, and the Envisioned Land. See, I got it this right. Which came out last Friday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch, and PC. And this got, ladies and gentlemen, as people correctly guessed, an 8 out of 10. So there you go. Well done. Anna says, not too bad. We are very good. Thank you, Anna. Lovely to have you here. Lovely to have you here. If only I knew the guide to make 100% off codes. Yeah, so Jesse just gets free merch. There you go. Or free tickets anyway. Find that. Seems a bit high, says Dave. Well, you know, it's probably people who like that game that got that. But congratulations. Going through the scores. Flame, well done. You got it right. Kindred, you got it right. Gozzo, you got it right. Danker, you got it right. Tunesy, I believe you got it right as well, didn't you? Yes. Indeed. So you're doing well now. Yeah, there you go. Way too high, says Batch. Way too high. Can't have anything. Can't have everything. But there you go. Now, moving on. Before we go on to our next game, it's time to talk about this. Yes, Timeless Gaming Convention. Jesse asked earlier, what the hell is Timeless Gaming Convention? Well, if you didn't know, I'm going to play this trailer and explain a few things. Here we go with a trailer for said gaming convention. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Middle Aged Gamer Guy, and I'm very excited to announce that Timeless 2025 is coming to Liverpool here at the Cairns Brewery. There you go, folks. Timeless 2025, our 4th year of the event, and probably our biggest, and possibly, we'll let you decide, our best event so far. Obviously, we've already announced the wonderful What Culture Gaming will be at the event. Ashens makes his return, and we have got the wonderful DJ Slopes doing his gaming quiz, which was probably at the biggest turnout of all the things last year. So, again, he's bringing that back to us. We've got the lads from Did You Know Gaming. We're going to do some special evening entertainment with them. And the wonderful Ash Millman from PlayStation Access is also with us, and the Horror Game Awards. That and much more, all the wonderful gaming competitions with retro games and modern games. And for the first time ever, not only have we got the competition stage and main stage, but we are also doing competitions in the arcade on certain machines as well. So there's double the amount of prizes to win. We've got a ton of more stuff to announce. Tickets are on sale now. I've just seen a load of people talking about it. I'm going to say hello to them. And there's something I want to tell you that pretty much got sorted today. So I like the fact that Anna said, I've got to get this. She says, enter Punch. Yes, so if people don't know, we have taken over two venues. One is Punch Tarmy's, the Irish bar, and then Arcane's, the arcade. So basically, the arcade is there for you to use free of charge, part of Timeless. And then all the exhibitors, all the indie games, the main stage, the challenge stage, and some other stuff we haven't announced yet is going to be in Punch Tarmy's. So it says enter through Punch. What that doesn't mean is that when you arrive, you can punch me in the face on arrival. Just want to clarify that. You might want to do it because I'm a short, annoying git, but just to say that will get you evicted. Sorry, Anna. You may want to slap me. Actually, do you know what, Anna? Maybe you can slap me. I'll let you do that. But there you go. Paul James, who was our wonderful guest on the show last week, says, I've just bought my VIP ticket. Awesome. There you go. Do you know what, Anna? If you bring your boxing gloves, we should do a photo with you pretending to punch me. And if you don't like the photo, then you can knock me out. One-Handed Gamer, good evening. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be amazing. Great to see you. Chaotic, can we get a shout out for Chaotic? She's our community member of the month. Please do go follow. She's a wonderful human being and fantastic streamer. Please do give her a follow. So there you go. Dave just clarified and says, no one gets evicted for punching Mag. They get a partial refund for having Mag touching them in person. Gets ready to stick high school, kick me back to... Oh, God, here we go. Fucking hell. Let me start. But please do get your tickets now. Tickets are selling well. VIP tickets are selling exceptionally well. But as of next week, we are going to be able to offer something. We had the meeting today. It went really, really well. We spoke to the team at Liverpool Conferences and Marketing Liverpool. As of next week, we will be able to offer you discounted hotels, and we will have 10 or more hotels that you can select in Liverpool, and we will have a little portal that you can book on, and you can check which hotels have got parking, which are closest to the venue, which have their own restaurants, which have great disability access, etc., which is closest to train stations, and you can select it in a trip advisor style. So if you haven't booked your hotel yet, you'll be able to do it through this portal, and all the money goes to the hotels. It doesn't go to us or anything, but it's something that we've negotiated and agreed with the wonderful people at Conference Liverpool, which means you will be able to get cheaper hotels. The hotel situation, he's done bugger all else. I know, yeah, it's just been this. Mag has worked hard on this. So yes, I've done nothing else for the conference. Everything else for Timeless has been put on hold until this got firmed up, because it's something we've never been able to offer before. And with so many hotels and being so close to the city centre, we want to give you guys as big a discounts as possible. So there you go. So by next week, if we're lucky, the portal may go live on Friday, in which case we'll put it out on socials. If not, it will be starting next week, and there will be choice of hotels. And not only that, when you book it, it's not like other hotels where you have to either pay up front or you've got to wait 2 weeks, and then if you cancel, you lose your money. You will be able to get 24-hour cancellation notice, so you don't lose your money. So we've agreed that as well, which is superb. So if anything changes, not that we're saying we don't want you to turn up, because we do want you to be there, but life can sometimes get in the way and you have to cancel, then at least you know you're not going to be out of pocket by using this portal. So that's really exciting for us. So there you go. So get your tickets now. !Timeless in chat. We can't wait to see you. And we've got loads more to announce on the main stage. We've got 4 more things and a load of other competitions and loads of other stuff. Any other fees come out of Mag's bank? Yes, apparently. Because I always lose money on this every year. So why not make it for a 4th time? So why not? There you go.
And official. Like just an entire system there.
Yes.
to automate it. Just
yeah. Automated lose money. There you go. There you go. Bank of Mag doesn't exist. I wish. Let's swiftly move on, folks, to our next game. This is, again, you'll be happy to know, not a JRPG. I'll try and make it again. I try it a lot. One day I shall make it. Anna, it'd be lovely to see you. If you can make it, it's wonderful. That'd be wonderful. It'd be great. And if you can't, we totally understand. Jesse and I will set up automatic withdrawals from Mag's account on a weekly basis. I can see that happening. I wonder where my money went this morning. So there you go. This is not a JRPG, you'll be happy to know. This came out on Friday on PC. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the world builds a game, Kaiserpunk. There you go, folks. That is Kaiserpunk, which came out last Friday on PC. Wait, was there a game trailer? Yes, that was a game trailer. He was too busy talking about strippers doing my nails. And yes, I do need a manicure. My nails are terrible. But there you go. So, Choosy, tell us a little bit more about this, because Kindred was like, is this the German version of Civilization?
Yeah, I mean, SimCity's come a long way, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a city builder, but with a difference. Like it's a grand city builder, but you also have to build up your military and build up your industrial zone as well. So there's an awful lot to it. It's set kind of post World War I era, but in an alternative history of it. And yeah, it's something that I've always enjoyed Civilization. I do like the franchise, but seeing this trailer, I'm like, oh, this could be better. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying this after the stream.
Nice. Okay. Tuna, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, strategies hasn't really evolved. I feel like that kind of strategy hasn't really changed in like 15 years. Like they all kind of all the strategy nerds went over to League of Legends when that first happened, and then innovation kind of seemed to have slowed down. And from what I've seen there, there doesn't seem to be anything new there. Like, I think it was a bit like obviously a bit of a new aesthetic, but even then, like, yeah, nothing's exciting me. Like, because I had a quick glance at this, and it's not going to convince me to go back to strategy games.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got a couple of scores in the chat. Danka reckons it's a 6.5. Gozzo is 6.5. Paul says 7 out of 10 for this one. Start with you, Tuna. I reckon. What do you reckon to this one?
I think it's close. I think chat's onto it. I think a 6. Like I don't. It doesn't like graphically I don't think it leans too hard into the aesthetic, and it just kind of is a bit dull to look at.
Right.
And then I think it looks like the mechanics kind of match really. There's nothing there to excite me.
Okay, fair enough. Flame saying a 7. Iquel saying a 6. Dave Johnson 6.5. CO saying 6.5 as well. Tunesy, what do you reckon?
So I know someone that bought this, and he said there were an insane amount of bugs. Like they've released, they released another pack for it this morning. So I know there's going to be a lot of negative towards it. I mean, for me, it's kind of like SimCity meets Risk, and I love those games. And so that, for me, I'd go with a 7. But in actuality, I think we're looking more like a 5.5 based on the fact that the release came out with loads of issues.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Anyone else want to have a guess? This is Kaiserpunk, which came out on Friday on PC. And if there's no other scores in the chat, I can tell you that Kindred says 6.5. Just got that in there before I pressed the button. Well done. I can tell you Tunesy's bang on the nose because it averaged out at 5.5. Some of the reviews stated, and it did get reviews less than that score, believe it or not. It's basically stated that if it was in an early access model, it might have been okay to release like this, but this is the full game, and it's very clunky and very buggy, and there's a lot of things that make the game very long-winded compared to other games like it. So yeah, it's very average at the moment. Very average. But, as I said, it's already had a patch this morning. So it may get better and may improve. Tunesy may still buy it. It might improve over time. But it's probably not up to the standard of like the new Civilization game that we've talked about. So there you go. There you go. 5.5 for that one. Can we get a shout out for Tunesy, please? As he was the only one who got it right. There you go. A lot of people were close, though. A lot of people were very close. So well done. There you go. Right. Let's talk about some more news. So this is an interesting one. It doesn't seem like we go without a week with having leaks or things getting leaks. And this time it's the turn of Microsoft. And apparently there was a mock-up of a dashboard that got leaked. Now, whether this is for a future console update or for something for the future console that we talked about last week, but it's basically the UI got leaked, which showed that you had a dashboard where you could also view your Steam and Epic games on your Xbox. Now, it's no secret that Phil Spencer has basically been banging on about the fact that they're trying to integrate more stuff. They want to do this handheld console that probably might play Steam games and Epic games and PC Game Pass, etc. So it is a leak. So take it with a pinch of salt, because you know sometimes these things ring true, sometimes they don't. But do we think that Xbox is going to go down that route where you can end up playing PC games on it? Like they're going to turn the Xbox not into a console, but a whole thing for PC gamers as well? Do you think this is where this is going?
I mean, I guess like as a platform, it makes a lot of sense, because obviously, like gaming hardware is expensive to make, and the returns on it aren't great. And then when they're not selling, which goes back to a story we were talking about earlier, like it makes a lot more sense when people could just convert whatever they've got into a platform consumer.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is I don't know if the other platforms would want that. Especially because if it was like EA's, which I know you can get that as part of, or I don't know, is Origin still a thing? As a thing on its own.
Yes.
And then the same with like Ubisoft. Was it Uplay? I don't think Uplay is a thing anymore, is it?
No, Uplay's not now. No.
But like for the bigger, it makes a lot of sense to integrate those into Xbox, because I think they'd get the visibility and then the connections and then the sales. But I don't know if like it would make sense for Steam to do that, because they already make the money.
Yeah.
they don't need to promote their storefront. Epic does, but they're a marketing black hole. So like you could release a game on that and you have no idea. Like like the zeitgeist just doesn't listen to it for whatever reason. But Epic, I can see Epic doing it. I can't see Steam doing it, because why? Well, like they would obviously take another % off the top of that, and then Xbox isn't going to do that for free.
Yeah,
unless
they've negotiated something.
Yeah, but again, the numbers wouldn't make sense. And then,
it's something where it would be a really smart move for Microsoft if they can, but as you say, it's all about the logistics, because Steam's got the Steam Deck and they've already got like a little handheld PC, and anything that takes away from it is going to harm them. But I mean, Microsoft is just a sort of a behemoth as it is. So it wouldn't surprise me if they are going to try and find some way, whether it's bullying like Steam to try and get them on the platform, because it's probably something like, do it or we're going to buy you.
Yeah. Possibly.
I mean, Microsoft's got money. I don't think they've got Steam money.
No. You could try, but
it would be a bold try. I mean, and also like how much they went into litigation for Activision.
Yeah.
Like that like, imagine how much they'd have to like internal competition based on that. As like it'd be chaos. It'd be absolute chaos. It would take a decade to get that kind of deal through, let alone actually for it to happen.
Yeah. Absolutely batshit crazy. We'll have to see if it ever does come into fruition. But apparently there's a dashboard out there that does have Steam integration on Xbox. Will it ever happen? Or is it just a figment of our imagination? You'll have to tune in for more episodes to find out. So there you go. Moving on to our next game. This also came out on Friday on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S. Before I announce it, CEO says, is it allowing access to other platforms within the Xbox or local network streaming of Steam to the Xbox? We just don't know. It could
I'd
be
probably
either.
lean on the latter, like the stream, like consuming it.
Yeah.
Because then it would get around the ecosystem problems that the hosting of that would be. But again, if it's going to sell hardware, that doesn't make sense. But
yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's move on. Let's play our trailer for our next game. As I said, this came out on Friday. PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S. This is Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one.
It's coming right at us!
All captains.
There's no doubt it's his spiritual pressure.
There is a wartime exemption.
Which one is it?
The strongest one.
Oh my, he's very scary.
Gentlemen, it is time for us to declare all-out war on these Ryoka.
Would you die for love? Would you die for love?
The execution is tomorrow. It came as a shock to me, of course. But strangely, I wasn't sad.
I am not going to let you die.
You really want to save Rukia?
I don't want to save her. I'm going to save her. Let's go. I'll go from here.
Good, your reactions are excellent.
The new time that they've decided on, noon tomorrow.
Listen up, boy. The fact is, I'm really not interested.
My honor as a Quincy.
I'm going to kill you! There are supposed to be only two people to adore.
Rukia, I swear, I'm going to save you. You may not. Why don't I help you?
Please don't bore me with your righteous indignation.
If the execution and the release of the Sukyoku truly are part of Gein's plan, we're going to stop the execution.
You idiot. Can't you tell?
I
swore that I'd save her. To whom? I swore to no one. Not one single person.
Absolutely no one.
Except myself!
I'm definitely gonna save you, Rukia.
But who in the world is he?
Beware, Soifong.
Yoruichi! Why?
I think that at least now I know what I won't allow to happen.
Who gave you that task?
Stop all this yapping already.
So, are you ready?
If miracles only happen once.
Why do you insist so fervently on trying to save Rukia?
That's because what Rukia did changed him. It changed Ichigo's whole world.
Ends now. I will stand at the top.
Do you really believe that you could ever cut me?
So the head captain finally arrives.
You made me get the glasses again.
I know. You know what? Gotta have the glasses, and not only that, we've been waiting weeks for that Bandai Namco sound. And for 2 weeks on the shop, we had that funny thing. Even in a really serious, deadly game, goes it's so cheerful. And we got it again. And Dave's not here. He's going to be gutted he missed it because we got that twice in a week. But there you go. Yes, the glasses should be on for this one. We have got some people in chat that are familiar with the anime show and are big fans of it. So this obviously does appeal to people. Apparently, it's on Disney Plus. Can watch it on Disney Plus. But Tunesy, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yep. So it's sort of like a one-on-one 3D fighter, as others have said. It based on the manga series Bleach. I'm not an anime fan, so it's one that it's not something I've seen. But from others I've spoken to, they said like this game covers various arcs from the series. I mean, to me, and again, I'm just showing my age with all of this, but it's like Tekken meets Street Fighter Alpha with swords.
Right. Okay.
It's Soul Calibur. Like you're describing Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Ticks the boxes. Should we move on?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that if it appeals to you, you're really gonna like it. If it doesn't, you're gonna swerve it.
Yeah, no, true. Any other thoughts, Tuna, or are you still trying to repair your eye sockets?
Luckily I got to the glasses in time before before the damage got to me. But I know that typically these licensed games, obviously it's huge fan service, so that's why I think they sell really well.
Yeah.
But it's very rare if they score very well. If you like on a general market, like it is fan service, which is great. Like obviously if you're a fan of the show or any of that media, like you're gonna love this because it's you get to be the show.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, let's see what we score. We got some scores in chat already. Danka saying a 7. Gozzo saying 7. Anna saying a 6. Kindred saying a 7. Gozzo says you all need to watch it. He obviously loves it. iQuail saying a 6.5. Tunesy, we'll start with you. What do you reckon for this one?
Yeah, I'd say this is not a me thing, so I am going 6 on it.
Going for a 6. Flame coming in there with a 7. Tuna, what do you reckon?
I think a 7.5. I think the fan service will be all up there, and then that'll push the numbers up.
Okay. All right. Folks, last chance. This is Bleach Rebirth of Souls, which came out on Friday on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S. Dave coming in with a 6.5. And if there are no more guesses, I can tell you that this got a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. So well done, Kindred. Well done, Gozzo. Well done, Danka, for getting that right. Flame as well. Well done. Congratulations. There we go. Now you'll be happy to know that we've got one more game to go, and it's not a JRPG.
Okay, I can take the protective goggles off. I got it.
Yeah. But before we do that, let's discuss our last news story of the week. Now, interestingly enough, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the fact that one basically modder for GTA 5, known as Dark Space, had spent his time looking at the GTA 6 trailer and recreating what he thought was the GTA 6 map in GTA 5. And we talked about this. It took him an incredible amount of time to do it, and it's really cool. And he put out a YouTube video. However, Take-Two came along, slaps him with that naughty wrist and basically said, you need to take this down, otherwise we're going to sue your ass. And the video is no more. And the mod is no more. Only he can use it. He did put out a statement saying it's a shame. He says, I don't know what they're so worried about because it's only based on certain things. So he said, unless I've somehow magically recreated the whole of the GTA 6 map and they're now worried that this is going to give it away, which is doubtful. But it has gone. Chances of it being maybe too accurate are doubtful. But it's another case of yet again another mod being taken down by Take-Two. And yet we still have no news on GTA 6 whatsoever. So do we think it's just a case of we're Take-Two, we like to stop the modders, so this is another one with a slap wrist? Or do we think that maybe he did get it quite accurate and they were a little bit worried?
Yeah, I think he may have stumbled upon something, because it's the fact of although Take Two are being very silly, but their whole ethos behind it, like, I mean, even Rockstar getting involved with 5M and in that way getting involved with the modding scene so they can keep an eye on it and keep control of it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just big company bullying the little guy for no reason. I think inadvertently he's done something and they've gone, oh, that's meant to be a surprise. We'd better get rid of this.
There you
go. Because I did a little bit of research on this. There was a couple of points where they could have used some of the leak as inspiration, which would definitely be cease and desist territory.
Yeah, that's a bit dodgy territory, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying yes, because obviously I couldn't verify that comment.
No.
But it came up a couple of times, so it's like maybe something but also if he had made a close recreation of it, you wouldn't be able, it'd be tricky to discern that you hadn't used that or not.
Yes.
Or they're being litigious now to block it off because they've got something to say. They want to control the narrative now. But also they're notoriously litigious anyway. So this could just be a rogue agent they've not got anything to do this week. So they're like, oh, we'll cut the mods a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's as clear as cut and dry. And then we won't know because it's a cease and desist.
Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, they wouldn't like that. True. There you go. Well, if you manage to get a look at it, great. But unfortunately, it's been taken down now. He's had to take it off YouTube, so it no longer exists. So I guess we'll just have to sit here and wait for GTA 6 when it comes out in 2057. So there you go. Moving on to our last game of the night. Going a bit more indie game. As I said, no more JRPGs. You're all safe. Don't worry. You're not going to have to put those glasses back on. This also came out on Friday on PC. Bit more of a spooky vibe on this one. This is called, if I can find the trailer, Look Outside. There you go, folks. That is Look Outside, which came out on Friday on PC. Kindred says, I swear I've had a dream like this. Probably. Too many eyeballs. Tunesy, tell us about this one, please.
Yeah, so this is like a 16-bit horror game with turn-based fighting for the RPG element. One where, as it says, if you look outside, you turn into a strange monster. And the idea is you're just wandering around your apartment block, sort of finding weapons, trying to find food and supplies. And I think it's something like over 150 different characters that you can meet and encounter. So I've got to say, from a personal thing, that the pixel art looks amazing. I'm such a fan of this kind of stuff. So yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it does look great. Tuna, your thoughts?
I mean, it's actually a JRPG, isn't it? Because it's Mother. Like it's yeah. It's like great, get a glass. Like yeah, I mean, it's on the Venn diagram of things I love. It's Devolver, great pixel art.
Yes.
Spooky vibes. Like there's just me in the middle there. So yeah, like there's a lot of elements here that definitely like it stands out, right? Like there's a lot. Like it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cheeky bit of RPG, maybe like my JRPG for the year that I've not done for at least 7 years.
Might slowly convert back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it won't. It won't.
No, okay, that's fine. Well, we tried. You know,
we tried.
Kind of.
I know this was like the big deep sell to try and get me back into anime games. It's been a long con. It's like
it is. We went through an hour and 59 minutes of a show just to try and get him back on a JRPG, and we failed.
I knew it. But
there you go. Danka says, "Oh, this is a Devolver game. Definitely. I've got a lot of love for Devolver. They publish and make some great stuff. 8 out of 10. Flame 8. Gozzo 8. Anna said, Devolver are good devs, publishers, 8. Kindred 8. Folks, last chance to get shout outs. This is the last game of the night. Get your scores in the chat now. Tuna, I'm going to start with you. What do you reckon this has got?
I think it's an 8. Yeah, I think chat knows. I think chat knows what they like. So I'm gonna use them as a crutch, and then if they're wrong, I can blame them, not me.
All right, fabulous. 8 from Tuna. Tunesy?
Yeah, I'm going with the masses because as I was watching it, I'm like, yeah, this is a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But and it's from a brilliant little studio, like who made what was it? The other one, Human Fall Flat 2.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a vibe change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe after all the nightmares of doing the physics in that game, they just ended up, we're going to make a game about nightmares. So, but there you go. iQuell says a 7. There you go. Last chance, folks. This is Look Outside. Came out on Friday on PC. If there are no more scores in the chat, then this is your last chance to get one, because I can tell you that the chat pretty much were bang on, because it was an 8 out of 10. So there you go. So not only does Kindred, Gozzo, Flame, Anna, Danka get a shout out, but also our wonderful guest, Ghostly Tuna, and our special guest co-host, Tunesy, also gets a shout out. So sorry, mods, in advance. You've got a lot of shout outs to do.
So can we just do like a shout out everyone?
Yeah, just shout out everyone. Can you imagine that? That's a new Twitch feature we need. But there you go. But there, go follow our wonderful guest, Mr. Ghostly Tuna. Go check out his channel. When are you next on?
It'll be Thursday, I think.
Okay.
It's how like this week I was like, I've got plenty of time to stream this week, and then it's like, oh no, I'm now like in Cardiff, and then it's like, oh no, okay, we've got that. And then it's like, oh, I need to move stuff. But yeah, it'll be Thursday, I think. I think I'll be there's a new roguelike tower defense game come out that literally today called Nordhold, which
okay,
looks really good.
Nice.
So I'll be all over that.
Awesome. Do go give him a follow. Go check him out on Thursday when he's on. Tunesy, thank you so much for stepping in. Greatly appreciate it.
No, I'd say it's a pleasure as always, mate.
Yeah, it's great to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all my wonderful mods and Dave Johnson, I guess, causing chaos in the chat. And thank you to all the people in chat who watched the show and all the people from the raids and everyone that's all the subs and everything. So thank you for all the follows. And you know that a triple raid, I don't think I've ever had a triple raid ever in succession. I may have had 3 raids during the night or 4 raids during the night, but never back to back. So that was amazing. Thank you to everyone who was involved with that as well. We are back on next week's show. Our guest was a special guest host. Oh, Tuesday, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That's 47 months.
add it in at the end.
There you go. That's perfect. Thank you. Can we get another shout out for Tunesy? Can we raid John Unicycle? Yes, we can, Dave, because we haven't. I don't think we've raided him this year, so we will go raid him if he's on. And our guest next week, we had him as a special guest host for our Legends panel at Timeless 2022. Pete Ward is back, and also known as the Retro Games Master. He will be our guest next week on the show. So looking forward to having him back because he's not been on. Was it? He might have been on early last year, but that was the last time we saw him. So it's been well over a year since we had him on. We will be talking about such games as Atomfall, and we have got Hitman in VR that's come out for PS5, and also the first Berserker Kazan, which we talked about quite a long time ago. Jesse says, "Oh no, Pete, he's so unlikable and so unpleasant as a human." Jesse lies. He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy. But let's do that raid. Thank you so much to all of you. I am back on tomorrow. For those who don't know Pete Ward is literally the nicest person ever. He is. There you go. I'm back on tomorrow night at 8:30 for more Assassin's Creed Shadows. And if you were watching last week, we did a load of drops. We have got some very special drops for Ubisoft, which you can only get from Ubisoft creators like myself. So it's not like you can get them from anybody. You've got to watch the stream to get them. And that will be 8:30. And we'll give my full opinion on the game as we play another couple of hours of that. Let's go raid Drawn Unicycle, who's all the way over in Philly. If he appears on my stream deck, which is loading up ever so slowly. Where is he? Because I can't see him on my... Is he on, mate? Because he's not on there. Let me click the link. Thanks, Dave. It's not appearing on my... That's so weird. He's not appeared on my... Oh, I know why. I know why. That's cool. All right, that's who we're going to raid. So let me get that set up. Thank you so much, everyone. He's definitely on. Yeah, do you know what? Sometimes my stream deck just goes and doesn't list everything. I've just done it manually, and there's people that are not on there that are on there. So let me do that and that. No channels found? What? Don't be silly. There you are. He's playing some retro games. I'm not sure which retro game he's playing at the moment, but he's got some retro games. So we are going to give him a raid. That raid will start once the end credits have ended. There you go, folks. Please show your love. He's a great viewer of this channel. So please do go say hi. And all that leaves for me to say is, once again, thank you to Ghostly Tuna for being an amazing guest this week. And thank you to Tunes. And wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening. And I shall see you tomorrow at 8:30 for more Assassin's Creed Shadows. Thank you so much, you lot, for being awesome. Take care. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. 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 Bye.